Hey guys, welcome back to Paracord Planet. Today we're going to be making paracord crosses. The idea for this tutorial came from a YouTube channel called Mr. Bill's Paracord Cross. This guy learned it back in the military and wanted to share it with the rest of the world, so we're passing it on to the next generation. All you need for this project is about 10 feet of paracord, and it helps to have a binder clip or something that you can anchor to the table. Let's dive in. So to start off on this project, you're going to need to cut your 10 feet into a couple of different lengths. You'll need 3 pieces that are about 20 inches long. If you want to leave a little bit of extra room, you can go a full 24, but you'll be cutting off the ends at the end. So I'm going to make those 3. There's our 3 identical pieces. And then if you want to make this cross into a necklace, this 4th piece is going to be a lot longer. But if you're just doing a standalone cross, you can go ahead and make a 4th cord that is 20 inches long. To measure out this last piece, go ahead and put the cord around your neck and find where you want the cross to hang. So if mine was going to be about here, that's where I'm going to want to start my cross. And then to get those 20 inches for the cross portion, I'm going to take 10 inches on each of these cords. So 10 inches is there. So I'm going to cut my cord at the end. Since this is my last piece, I'm just going to leave the scraps on there and deal with them later. So to start off, take your first cord with however long of a loop you want and put that in the binder clip right where your cross is going to start. You can set 2 of your cords off to the side. That's going to be the bottom portion. And then this top portion is going to turn into the top of the cross and then the 2 arms. To keep the necklace portion out of the way, I've just tied it in a bunch. And now for our cross, we're going to take this shorter piece, one of our 20 inchers, find the middle, and put that over the right side cord and under the left cord. Once you have that cord positioned, we're going to do half of a square knot. So take that right side and feed it underneath your 2 middle. And then that left side cord is going to go down around that and through this right side loop. Then you want to tighten that down right up against your clip. Once you get that tightened, make sure to tighten all 4 cords. Take that right side cord, as it's pointing down, coming out of that knot, it's going to go underneath that right core cord. This one, kind of coming out at the top of the knot, is going to go over that left core cord. So now that our outside cords now become our inside cords. Now we're going to do the same thing we did before, taking that right side cord, putting it underneath, and then this left cord goes down underneath that, but then across the top and down through that loop. Go ahead and tighten that down. Tighten these outside cords first, and then you can cinch your inside cords down. Be careful to tighten these knots evenly. If you tighten one cord tighter than all the rest, you're going to get a cross that twists. Once you have all of your cords equally tightened, bring that right side cord underneath to become your right side middle cord, and your far left cord over the top to become your left middle cord. Make sure you don't have any twists or extra crossing of the cord. Then take that right side cord underneath and the left side cord under that, but then over the top and through the loop. Once you tighten that down, you've now completed the top part of the cross. You can take the clamp off the top. Go ahead and set all of this aside. And take your 2 remaining 20-inch cords. Find the middle of both of those cords. One is going to be your core strands, and the other, just like before, is going to go in between those. So over our right side cord and underneath this left middle cord. It may help to clamp that down, but we're going to be adjusting this clamp as we go. Just like before, right side cord underneath, left side cord around and over the top, down through that loop. And you can tighten that cord, and then we're going to take our clamp off and slide it all the way up to the top. Now we're going to go just like before, except this bottom portion is going to be twice as long as the top. So right side cord becomes the middle underneath, left side cord, middle over the top. And if it helps, you can anchor your project down to the table once more. Once you have the middle and outside switched, again, just like before, this is our second knot. You're going to make 4 of these knots, so once you do, we'll catch you at the end and tell you the next step. So after you've made 4 more of those knots for a total of 5, we're going to bring in the other half again. We've got all sorts of ends all over the place. To make sense of all these cords, one of these middle cords on each the top and the bottom are going to become the middle cords of the sides. So we'll be weaving 4 together on each side. Before we do that, you want to make sure that your 2 middle cords are twisted over each other. And so this cord that comes over the top on the left side, that becomes this middle cord, is going to go over the top of your other center cord. Like this here. Do the same with the bottom of the cross. This cord, the left side, goes over the right side. And now to put them together, they fit together nicely like this, where this cord here kind of naturally fits over the top of this cord. You're actually going to switch that up so that they're all interwoven. So go ahead and push them together as close as you can. And then we're going to take our binder clip and clip it together. That keeps the top and bottom straight while we weave aside. So to begin with that, we've got our left side cord going over the top of the other middle cord. And then we're just going to start right back into the weave like we were before. So we have this right side cord going underneath the 2 center strands, and this left cord going underneath that cord but then over the top and through this loop here. So we've got our half square knot. Go ahead and tighten that down just like before. It'll feel like it's not tightening down quite as much as it needs to, but that's all right. That'll get fixed in the next step here. So now switch your inside outside just like before and do one more of that knot. And pull everything tight. You want to make one more of this knot. Switch your inside and outside and make one more half square knot. There, our left side is completed, and you can take your clip off. Go ahead and repeat the same thing, making sure that when you start, this left side middle cord comes over the right side so that they switch. All right, so we've got that all done. Now all we have to do is clip and seal the ends. Before you do that, just make sure all of your end knots are tightened in case they loosened up while you're making the other side. Clip them nice and close to your knots. I'd say about 1/8 of an inch is about all you need. Now to seal these knots, I like to melt them down, and then once you've got it close to the knot, roll something metal over the top of it, and it just curves it to the contour of the cross. And there is Mr. Bill's paracord cross, all done. Don't worry if your first one isn't quite straight. My first one definitely wasn't. This one's looking a little bit better. You can definitely add beads on the necklace. Just make sure that you do that before you make the cross because it's a closed loop. You could also use a barrel connector on the end and make barrel knots. In a future video, we'd like to make a full paracord rosary, but for this one, we're just covering the cross knot. Figured that was the most difficult part, and get that out of the way. But stay tuned for when we cover the rest of it. We'll put links to where you can buy paracord down in the description, and we'll also put a link for Mr. Bill's paracord cross, the original video. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave us a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.